3 weeks sober, 6 months sober, 2 years sober, and then one trigger, one moment, and guess what? You're back to square one. Why? Not because you're weak, not because you lack willpower, but because in the 20 minutes before that craving completely hijacked you, your body was screaming in a language that you did not know how to read. I'm Skye. I work in a dedicated rehabilitation center where I watch people come off cocaine, meth, alcohol, substances that nearly killed them. And I also work privately with people whose addictions look manageable on the outside, but feel like a prison on the inside. And I've discovered something that changes everything. Your addiction was never the problem. It was your nervous system solution. And until you address what's happening in your body, not just the mind, the cycle continues. In the next 22 minutes, I'm going to show you why traditional recovery keeps you stuck in survival mode. And I'm going to give you something that you can feel in your body right now, right today. It is proof. It is proof that there is another way. So let's go. I need to tell you how this works because 10 years ago, I was dependent on benzodiazepines, Xanax. It started with a prescription for panic attacks, and it ended with me not being able to function without them. I tried to quit. I tried to quit multiple times. I swore multiple times, never again. And guess what? Every time I ended up just back where I started. Not because I wanted to, but because my body would go into full-blown crisis mode. My heart would be pounding, I couldn't breathe, I would literally feel like I was dying. So, easy, take the pill and hate myself for it. The therapists I saw, they wanted to talk about my childhood, my thoughts, my triggers, which, okay, yes, all helpful, all super important, but none of it touched the actual problem. My nervous system. My nervous system was still running a survival program from a trauma I'd never released. And then I found somatic therapy, breathwork, and nervous system work. And someone finally said to me, your panic attacks, they're not random. Your body is holding on to something, and together we can release it. 3 months of working directly with my nervous system, not just talking about it, thinking about it, intellectualizing it, but actually releasing what was stored in my body. And guess what? At that moment, everything changed. The panic attacks stopped. The dependency dissolved. Not through like white knuckling my way through it, but because my body actually learned. It learned that it was safe. That was 10 years ago. Since then, I've trained extensively. I've trained in breathwork, somatic therapy, trauma release, and nervous system regulation. I've spent the last decade proving this approach works. Whether you're coming off cocaine or whether you're drinking a bottle of wine every night just to numb out. Because the thing is, the mechanism is always the same. Your body is stuck, and guess what? We can unstuck it. Before I explain anything else, I just want you to feel something. So, right now, wherever you are, I just want you to notice your breath. Don't change it, just notice it. Is it shallow or deep? Are you breathing into your chest or your belly? Most people in patterns of numbing are breathing only here, into the chest, shallow and restricted. Your body is literally protecting you from feeling too much. So now, I invite you to try this with me. Take a breath all the way down to your belly. Let it expand like a big balloon. And then I want you to exhale slowly. Make your longer than your exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you feel that shift? Maybe your shoulders suddenly dropped. Maybe your jaw unclenched. Maybe something just softened. That's your nervous system beginning to down-regulate. And we just did it in 30 seconds. So now, I want you to imagine what becomes possible when we go deeper. Most recovery programs, they teach you this: trigger, craving, use. Like it happens in an instant. But that's not what's actually happening inside your body. I'm going to show you the real sequence. Trigger. About 20 to 30 minutes of your nervous system escalating. Craving. And then use. There's this entire invisible part where your body is screaming at you, literally screaming at you, but nobody ever taught you the language. So you miss all of the early signs. And by the time you actually feel the craving, guess what? Your brain is thinking offline and you're in full-blown survival mode. And then you try and use willpower. Good luck. It's like you're trying to fight a forest fire with a squirt gun. Your body learned a long time ago, I'm not safe. Maybe it was from a childhood trauma. Maybe it was from chronic stress. Maybe from something that happened that you just never fully processed. Your nervous system adapted. I must protect myself at all costs, it said. And guess what? You found something that worked. Alcohol, pills, cocaine, food, work, behaviors, love, whatever it was, that thing brought you relief. And your body remembered, this thing makes me feel okay. And then that became a pattern, an automatic pattern, hardwired into your nervous system as survival strategy. So when you tried to quit, when you get sober, when you stop the behavior, your body is still in survival mode. The original wound, it's still there. The trauma is still stored in your tissues, and your nervous system is still scanning every moment for danger. And that's why the traditional recovery approach doesn't work long term, because it's all happening at the level of your mind. Traditional recovery focuses on 3 things. 1, behavior change. Stop using, go to meetings, stay accountable. 2, cognitive work. Change your thoughts, understand your triggers. And lastly, 3, willpower. Just don't do it. One single day at a time. And those things help. They're amazing. They are an important part of the recovery. But the thing is, they miss the root. Your addiction isn't in your mind. It's in your body. It's in your nervous system. And until you address what's stored in there, until you work somatically, which means working directly with the body, the cycle continues. You can understand your trauma intellectually. You can talk about it in therapy for years. You can know exactly why you do what you do. But the thing is, your body still reacts. Your trigger still fires. The urge still comes. I've seen this with my clients that come to me constantly. Clients are coming for their third, fourth, fifth time into rehab. They can tell me everything about their addictions. They know the psychology. They know the triggers. They know all the big words. And guess what though? They still relapse anyway. And it's not because they're weak. It's because we never addressed what their body was holding. Think about how addiction actually shows up in your body. Your heart races when you're triggered. You feel the cravings in your gut, the tension. It just starts to build in your chest, in your shoulders, and in your jaw. Clench your jaw right now, hard. Hold it for 3 seconds. Now release. That's where you've been holding tension. Notice your shoulders. I bet they're up near your ears. Drop them. Feel that release? Every single one of these signals is your body trying to communicate. It's communicating, hey, I don't feel safe. I need help. But most people have spent years, maybe decades, ignoring these signs, numbing them, pushing them down. And when you finally get sober, these signals, they get louder. That's why so many people relapse. Not because they're weak, because their body is screaming and they don't know how to respond except in the old way. Let me tell you a story about someone I worked with. For this video, we're going to call him Daniel. So, Daniel had been using cocaine for about 9-10 years. He'd been to treatment 3 times before. Daniel was in rehab and started working with me privately. He said something that I'll never forget. Skye, I can stay clean in here, but the second I get out, it's just like my body just takes over. I'm not even making the decision anymore. So we started working with his nervous system. And we discovered his body was still holding the trauma from witnessing his best friend's sudden death in a car accident when he was 19. And the cocaine is the thing that was keeping him numb. In our sessions, we didn't talk about the accident. We worked with where it was stored in the body. Through breathwork and somatic release, we started processing the trauma directly. I watched Daniel shake, sob, release the grief and survivor's guilt that he had been carrying for a decade. And then, release. His whole body softened. His breath deepened. He looked at me and he said, I feel light. I didn't know I could feel light. 8 months after leaving the center, he called me. Skye, I need to tell you something. I was in the exact situation last week that would have sent me straight back to using. And my body, it just didn't react. The cravings, they never came. It's like my body just doesn't need to escape anymore. He's been sober for over a year now. Not white knuckling, actually free. Another client, let's call her Sarah. She had been drinking heavily for about 15 years. She had a successful career, functional alcoholic, but drinking a bottle of wine or more every night just to try and turn her mind off. She had tried AA, therapy, even medication, and nothing stuck. In our work, we found that she'd been carrying a rage inside her body since childhood, a rage that was never allowed to be expressed. And the alcohol, it was the only way she knew how to suppress it. When we released that rage through somatic work, when we let her body actually express what had been locked inside her for decades, the need for alcohol. Whoosh, it dissolved. 3 months later, she told me, I don't even think about wine anymore. It's not willpower. It's not in there. It's not a need I want. My body, it found a better way. I need to be honest with you about something. If you don't address what's happening in your body, if you keep trying to heal the mind alone, here's what happens. You'll stay sober, maybe. You'll feel like you're white knuckling your way through every single day. You're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're on high alert. And here's what happened next. People replace one pattern with another. Stop drinking, start overeating. Stop using cocaine, start chain smoking. It's like the cycle of stop one thing, start another. It's because the root cause, which is that dysregulated nervous system, it's still there. How many more years do you want to spend in this cycle? How many more mornings waking up negotiating with yourself? I'm not going to use today, or just this once, just this one time, and then I'm done. Or we've all heard the starting tomorrow, I'm cutting back, that's it. How many more moments do you want to miss the people you love because you're just not fully present? How many more times do you want to promise yourself, never again, and then break that promise? Because the thing is, every time you break that promise, you lose a little bit more trust in yourself. And without self-trust, recovery is exhausting. I've seen people stuck in this cycle for 10, 15, 20 years, not because they're weak, but because nobody ever addressed what their body is holding. But it doesn't have to be this way. There's another path, one that actually works long term, one that addresses the root. And that's what we're going to explore together. Over the next 3 videos, here's what I'm going to show you. Today is video 1, and we're talking about why your body holds the key and why traditional approaches keep missing it. Tomorrow, you'll be sent access to video 2. Now this is the game changer. I'm going to teach you about your nervous system's 3 windows. Window number 1. This is where you catch the activation early. Then regulation takes 2 minutes and not 2 hours. Window number 2. This is where most people first notice something's wrong, but you can still recover. And then window number 3. It is full-blown hijack mode where willpower just doesn't work anymore. And the thing is, most people only know about window number 3. So tomorrow, I'm going to teach you how to catch yourself in window number 1. And that is going to change everything. And then the day after tomorrow, I'm going to send you video 3. And that is what freedom actually looks like. Not white knuckling, not managing, actual deep, lasting freedom. And how to create that in your own life. Before tomorrow's video, I want you to do one thing, one little homework. I want you to set 3 reminders on your phone. Just the word breathe. When you see it, I want you to pause for 10 seconds and notice, am I holding my breath? Is it shallow or deep? What am I feeling? Don't try and change anything. I want you to just notice. This one practice will make tomorrow's video exponentially more powerful. Because the thing is, once you start noticing your body's signals, you'll understand exactly what I'm going to teach you tomorrow. Before I let you go, I need you to hear this. You are not broken. You never were. Your body, your sweet body, it has been doing exactly what it needed to do to keep you alive. And it succeeded. You are still here. But survival mode was never meant to be permanent. And it's time to move from surviving to thriving, from numbing to alive, and from stuck to free. And that journey starts with understanding what your body has been trying to tell you all along. So, set those reminders. Notice your breath. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video where we go deep into your nervous system and I will teach you the exact tools to start regulating in real time. See you then.